It's been a while. I had some holiday breaks for New Year's, and now everything is getting back to normal. But also, not much is going on with Smash Legends in general. However, I noticed that the need for like tier lists and stuff for new player is kind of rising since I had comments on my previous tier list for Gumi, which I made almost half a years ago. And for a game that has a balance patch every 2 weeks, no tier list would be like still relevant throughout all that times, right? So that is what we're doing today. And as you can see, I'm just gonna show you the new tier list matchup for Gumi in 1v1 that I made. There's a lot of changes compared to the previous tier list that I made almost 6 months ago, and there will be more change in this tier list soon enough because they are updating a unit and then in addition one more character to the character rooster with it, which is Solar, and some characters got fixed. We don't know how that will affect yet, but as it is right now, this is what I have for you guys, and it's based on high elo Gumi matchup gameplay, so it won't make sense to a lot of you who watching this, because I know when you're looking for tier list, most of you are like new players, and old player is just here for like arguing like which spot their legend should have been on the tier list, stuff like that. But trust me when I say that once you figure out the max potential of each of the characters and you experience like high elo gameplay in 1v1, this will make sense. This tier list already consider every possible build and of course every possible playstyle, because nowadays being passive in 1v1 becoming a norm. So let's just say I include all of this when I making this tier list already. So at the bottom right, I do know that people asking me, like for example, Parfait has been performing really well, dealing massive damage lately. Why is he still low tier? So again, this is a tier list for 1v1 and matchup for Gumi only. So when you going up against Gumi as Parfait, your option is quite limited, and even if you get 1-2 good kills, as long as they perfectly spacing away from your attacks and then punish you, there's really nothing much you can do as Parfait. Same case with like Yong, he can do some damage, can be fast with the swoop spell, but again, as long as Gumi's spacing is perfect, there's no really like threat going on. It's pretty one-sided once Gumi figure out like what you're doing, what your next attacks is, which is the same things for most of the characters out here. They are not meant for 1v1 and they will have a hard time going up against Gumi because of her spacing, the range, which is just enough to punish them, and they doesn't have enough damage to reverse the situation fast enough for a win. And then the upper tier is like these characters have the kits to actually go one-on-one with Gumi as a fair fight. I don't think anyone have any advantage. Like anyone can throw out hits and anyone can sidestep the other person attacks. It's all come down to who get in the other player heads more, who can predict more stuff, and who can get more hits on the enemies. So in this tier we have of course Gumi. With Gumi is a mirror match, which should be fair. The build will affect a lot when you go up against another Gumi. Usually Butterfly will give you a pressure advantage, but once you know how to deal with Butterfly, you can pretty much counter it by just ult trade with it, so they don't have ult anymore, and then you start countering. Same thing with other characters here. They do have a fast move that can instantly hit or punish you, and they do have some opening if they miss their attack, so it's a back and forward game. Yeah, these are the characters you don't have a hard time, but also won't have the easiest time going up again. Even Kaiser's in here because a map like the L map, which is pretty small, and once he charges up the ult, you really only have a 50% chance of not getting knocked out. That state, nowhere to run. You can ult throw, but if they read it, they can punch backward. And even a normal skill punch would have knocked you out. If you don't have ult, there's no recovery, so it's kind of make up for the part that Kaiser is kind of slow. Victor has been getting buffed lately. He can now perform really fast explosion mid-air, and then he can also do a lot more damage with his auto. It's a fair game to me. Anyone can grab the wins, depends on who get the reading better for the match. Moving up a tier, we have a little harder matchup, which they have better kits to 1v1 against you, but it's counterable if you know how to deal with them. So as you can see, most of the characters kind of makes sense because most of them have longer reach than you, even if they are close range characters. For example, like let's say Brock here, he does like 2 jump and then slam forward down. That's super long range, and he can literally jump you from far away, right? And then there's Pino, which also have a huge sword that do the poke thing like Jekyll, super far away, doesn't need to get really close to you. Hamblin also have faster attack and a bit further auto attacks than Gumi auto attacks. Peter jump skill is extremely big hitbox, which will also have better range than you. Most of the time, people don't have a issue when going up against Wishwin. But if you play Gumi, Wishwin is one of the more annoying counter pick because of her range and faster auto, combined with the slow skill and then the ult, which have like everything that Gumi afraid to like either go in or stay away. So it's kind of annoying, and Ali can counter your far away auto just by sidestep and teleport. And mostly, yes, it's a better because again, the better skill is just that nasty. Okay, it's every 3 seconds you get 2 hit in the air, and the second hit is potentially can dunk you super far. And when she falls back, what she can do another perform auto to cancel out any punish that nearby, combined with the ult that can go either the hammer to do a follow-up combo knockout or a fist, which is most of the time you have to watch out for. If you don't have your ult or you don't have super jump ready, less than 90% chance you get hit by the fist, which will KO you instantly. Against these matchup, you cannot really go in without a plan. You have to figure out like what they will do, what they tend to do, and then try to counter it with what you have. Let's go to the orange tier, hot diff. So these are characters that should have a good advantage if they run into a Gumi, or if you're playing Gumi and goes up against these characters, they should have a better odds of winning. And if you manage to win against them, it's a bit of a try hard thing. It's possible, but a try hard thing. So these are characters that have like kits that really good for 1v1, and especially going up against your Gumi. Instantly output damage, for example like Hook, ult skill, or Robin, just instant ult, or like Jekyll, the infinity combo. Even Rambert now they have way better damage as close range than Gumi, because Gumi need 3 stack to build up that huge damage, and it's not a guarantee like hit the ult, like people can always just walk out of it. But this character is guaranteed to like kill you that fast, like Wolfgang just combo into the bite, instantly kill your Gumi. Master Cat long ass combo, don't even need ult, he just need to like do the combo circle with skill 3 times, instantly kill you. Red can always bounce you and then dunk you, or it goes invisible and skill lightning you to death. These are extremely risky to go up again recklessly, because if you get a hit on them and they get hit on you, 9 out of 10 times you will be the one losing. So against these matchup, it's best that you don't get hit at all. What this means is that you have to like kind of read and dodge everything, because these are all like dodgeable. It's just not easy. I'm not saying that you need to be passive and running away the whole time. You just need to learn the matchup and figure out what they do most of the time and try to walk around it. Some of the hard thing that you cannot actually dodge is probably like Robin ult. You will see him use that to escape your attempt to attack and then hit you in the face most of the time. Maybe red ult invisibility, because there's also so many possibilities where they can end up. Now combined with swift spell, they can jump super far away. You won't really know exactly where they will end up, so you just have to take a guess and throw out something before you get hit yourself. A lot of people will be confused why Ducky is here. Well, Ducky is getting buffed as well, and I think it's gonna be even more annoying soon. But as it is now, Ducky alone can deal tons of damage with the 6 room ability with the Burn Beam, and on top of that, Ducky playstyle is super annoying to ghost again, especially if you play like let's say a character that have a slow attack like Gumi, right? You have to chase him down, and most of the time if they trade with you, they deal more damage. And the thing that put Ducky in this tier instead of the lower one is because of the glitch that is still happening, which your ult will not deal the right amount of damage when you're hitting on Ducky. So far, right, as I'm testing this, you can activate lightning, but it's not consistent like on other characters. It doesn't deal the maximum amount of damage even with 3 tag, which make Ducky like suddenly so hard to take down if you're using Gumi. And if they run something like unyielding, even more nasty, it will be a pretty weird games that your only choice is to play around their passive playstyle and trying to get hit with your skill and auto, but your ult doesn't do much. So it completely throws off how Gumi should be played, which is the sole reason why Ducky is in this tier. Last but not least is of course the highest tier, the red tier, and I think the red tier apply for more than just Gumi, but again this tier list is applied for matchup for Gumi. These should be the characters that is most likely have the most benefit in 1v1 matchup, due to how flexible they are, how many options they have to kills and to recover, and how little risk these characters also when they do their things in 1v1. It's obviously nothing new. These characters probably are the most annoying one to go against if you play 1v1. From even low elo to high elo, it will be the same, because these characters doesn't require much effort to put out with. 2 of these characters can easily dunk you from any position like Wuxi and Kurenai. The other 2 characters can stun lock you in place and deal huge damage at the same time. They are far away without getting any risk of getting tagged by your Gumi. So these are the matchup that most likely you will have the hardest time with, and I would say you will most likely lose to. It's not impossible to get a win against this matchup. To be honest, I get a lot of wins against this matchup because I learn the matchup and I goes up again assassin player that have less skill than I do. But it's a losing game regardless. So just watch out for these characters. You know that you have a huge disadvantage going against them, so just take it slow. Dodging in is not an option against these characters. Running away is also not an option because assassins are always faster than you. So just figure it out what you need to do, learn the matchup bit by bit, and you might just get some wins out of it. That's pretty much the whole tier list explanation. And as I said, always right, if you're looking for a tier list, just keep in mind that it will not be relevant for long. I would say mostly a month or less than 2 months. And every tier list should be subjective to the player or the maker of that tier list, because every region kind of have a different playstyle and meta when it comes to different game modes, even like different builds on each characters. And this is just a 1v1 matchup Gumi tier list based on my experience of using Gumi. So if you find any other version or like you have any input on it, I would be happy to hear about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.